Welcome everybody to Inquiring Minds. I am Hialeah Comic Bro, and as always, I am here with Conquistadorks-Javi.
What's going on?
How's everything with you, brother?
Good, man. Happy to be here. Happy to be here joining you on this episode of Inquiring Minds.
Awesome, dude. It's always a good time with you, man. Love doing shows with you, dude. You're usually the director. You're really good at it. I'm just finding my way around. I don't got the skills yet.
No, man, you're the host. You're killing it, man. You're doing great.
Thanks, bro. Tonight, guys, we're still waiting on our guest. So me and Javi did not want to keep you waiting. So we just popped on. Hopefully he'll be here soon. If not, he'll let me know.
But yeah, that's right. We're just gonna just talk about a little bit about kind of ourselves, and then about what Inquiring Minds is all about.
Yeah. You want to shout out the chat real quick? We already got some people in here, which is
super cool. The amazing chat. Thank you for hanging out, guys. Pope Cerebus the First. What's going on, man? The first in the chat as well. NWO Immortal Biggie Shack. What's going on? Coach Vic number 7. Thanks for hanging out, Coach. Joe Bag of Sevens as well is in here. We got a whole bunch of 7s. Metarog. That's good. That's a lucky number. And Unruly Simeon. Peace. What's going on, man? Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Oh, whoa, more people jumping in as we're going along. Take the Time Collectibles. What's going on? Good evening.
What's up, Brian?
And aggressively relaxing. Always relaxing on the YouTube stream. What's going on, man?
Uh-oh, somebody's here finally. We're good. We're good, man. We're good. All right, guys, here's our special guest. I'm so happy to get to know this person. Don't believe I've been with him before. I might be mistaken. Let me see if he's ready. He's in the backstage, but I don't see him right now. So just give us a second.
Metarog. I didn't know if I shouted him out, but Metarog is also in here. Greetings, Metarog.
Metarog, we were just talking to you about you off air about the No Faces chat yesterday. You guys, all three of you guys were amazing. All right, and it was a great show. I need to catch it. I want to watch it again. We love your passion. All right, and here we go, guys. Let's welcome our guest. Here he is. Here he is. Yes, there he is. What's up, Whodat?
Hey. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Thank you so much. Now that's an entrance, bro. You had a terrific entrance.
So how y'all doing, man? Thank you for having me. Was running a little late. Was taking care of the daughter in the tub. Now I am free for probably a few minutes.
No worries, bro. No worries, man. We just hopped on early because it's just me. I don't like keeping people waiting.
Yeah, I understand.
We were just gonna talk, and until you popped in,
That's why I didn't bother messaging you on the Instagram. I said, well, if I take time messaging you, it's gonna waste time. Yeah. So I said, let me hurry.
Dude, it's all good, man. But I want to thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for just joining us.
Thank you. I think I've been on with Javi on something. I don't remember. It was something.
I don't remember either, man.
And it's my first time with you, so it's like I'm, very happy to be with you guys, talk, chat. I like doing these things on and off air with people. Getting to know people, talk to people, because there's more things out there than comics. Did I say that?
Yeah, right. There is. It's hard to believe, but there is.
Yeah. It's family, regular life, all kind of stuff.
Yeah, I will bring up some stuff a little later. I want to start off first. Do you have a Florida connection?
Oh yeah, I remember you all talking about this question. I don't care. So she said she doesn't care, but I'll tell you. Let me tell you this. You can tell we have a Florida connection. And look Disney. Look at Mickey Mouse.
How you doing?
Disney and Mickey Mouse. That's right. That's straight Florida.
So you want to say hello before you go? Say I'll see you later.
I'll see you later.
Tell them.
Be good. See you later.
Say it.
Thumbs up and subscribe on my channel. And give me American Girl.
Yeah, and thumbs up.
And thumbs up and give me some accessories. Come on.
He's a ball of energy, huh, bro?
Yep. Yes. All day, every day. But to go back to the Florida connection, you can go long story, short story, but I've been to Florida many of times, Orlando, been to Miami a few times. Been to Key West on a cruise.
Nice.
Just recently went to Florida, Tampa Bay. Left. Where did we go? We did a cruise out of Tampa Bay. One of the last free easy cruises to Cuba.
Oh my God! You went to Cuba?
Yes, we went to Cuba.
Havana?
Wow, that's awesome.
Havana, Cuba. Went. Stopped at Key West first. Then stayed 23 hours in Havana, Cuba. The cruise ship stayed. Well, it was basically 24 hours, but we got there like 7 in the morning and didn't leave until like 6 a.m. the next day.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, so got to see the nightlife and all that, but that's another story. But I do have a Florida connection. Like I said, I know tons of people in Florida. I've been to Florida many a time. Going to Florida again in February to leave out of for another cruise.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah,
You're a big cruise
guy.
Yeah, and then my daughter, we just started doing these like trips for her birthday. So like in the summer, the last year, we're gonna do this from now on until she gets tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
We go to Destin, Florida for like maybe 3 to 4 days.
Nice,
And
man.
just hang out, chill out with the beach, like pretty much live the local life. Cause we just get a little spot and just hang out.
Just relax.
You got a big Florida connection.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you a question, man, because you went to Havana. I'm Cuban. I went last year to Cuba for the first time in like 40 years to visit family. Not in Havana, it's a different part of the country.
Mm-hmm.
What was your impression?
Very nice people. The spots I went to was actually really nice. They could use some help for us opening more relations like we were doing, which they were very happy for. I can tell you that when I went there, they were it's like, man, we're so happy. And not to get too political, but they were, but this is the person who opened it up. He said, we're so happy for Obama. He opened up more relations, and they were just so happy to see people explain their culture. They were very, the tour guy we had, he was so willing to tell us the history of their culture, the history, more stuff about Cuba, because a lot of stuff I kind of knew, but to hear from somebody, because a lot of people don't know this, but Cuba should have been Puerto Rico, if that makes any sense to people. When we won the war with Spain, we wanted Cuba.
Right.
They made a deal with us to give us Puerto Rico. We wanted Cuba because it was right off the coast. It was, strategic and all this stuff.
20 miles.
So, you hear all that stuff. Like I said, the food was amazing. When people think of Cuban food, and not me because I'm from Louisiana, New Orleans, some people I've been with, they'll say, "Oh, is it spicy?" I'm like, no, it's flavorful. It's juice. It's just very good. It's not spicy at all.
It's spicy.
And the cars were amazing.
Yeah, they have the old school cars there.
But that's why I said that. As they were opening a relationship, a lot of people were fixing their cars up, making them more better. But you can see they do need that help because literally the outside of those cars. I look at a lot of things. I'm very detailed, but the outside of those cars look amazing. But if you look very good, you're like, ooh, this is like held on with like bubble gum and shoestring, and we're all out of bubble gum.
You happen to look under the hood of one?
Yes.
It's a Frankenstein. It's a Frankenstein motor, bro.
Yeah. The guy literally who's because we did a tour. When we did our tour, some of it was driving, and when I opened it up, I kind of could see, and I was like, I don't look like that's the engine for that car.
I thought the same thing, bro. It's nuts. It's a Frankenstein car engine, man. It's crazy, dude. They put it together with straps. There's no parts there.
They do what they can. They do what they can, and no, I hate to say it, those people would probably make amazing mechanics or whatever, So, but the Cuban cigars were, and I'm not a big smoker at all. My first time smoking was I guess I started at the top. I started with some Cuban cigars, which was very good. And then my brother kind of showed me, paired it with a drink, and I guess now I'm kind of a cigar smoker. But, yeah, so Yeah, so, but I gotta check on some because she's.
No, man, go ahead, man. Look at the chat, man. We got a lot of good people in here.
A crazy amount of awesome people in the chat, man. Steve Wyden's in here. Comic Head 84. Crazy Guy Comic. What's going on, man?
You want an napkin?
Madison hopped in here for a bit. What's going on, Madison?
He's dying for some ropa vieja.
Oh man, me too. I was gonna say the music over there in Cuba is amazing too.
Dude, he pretty much nailed it, man. Everybody's so nice. There is a word for us when we do go there because they know who has money and who gets different. They call us Yumas. So
I call him what?
A Yuma. Yuma is like a foreigner with money.
Oh wow.
So if you go there and you hear somebody say Yuma and Yuma Taki, it means that somebody's here that's from not here and he has money. And they know, bro. It's like you got a big X. You know, X.
But hey, it's funny though, like, because when me and my wife went there, because y'all just figure us to talk about Cuba. When me and my wife went there, you look at me and my wife's African American, but unless you talk to us, you probably just think we were one of the. Because a lot of people that visit are not people that kind of look like them.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
We didn't get hassled as much, but when they noticed we were walking with a tour guide, and they kind of. But he kind of
Europeans. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Europeans,
and the guy who told us also a lot of Germans.
Yeah. Germans, the British, Canadians, crazy. That's all you saw. I went for a couple of days to a resort. And I was talking to people from Canada, and it was like crazy. It was. So
it was amazing place. If I can tell, if anybody has the opportunity to, because I love to travel.
Mm-hmm.
I love to travel. We take a trip at least once a year. Before we had our daughter, it was 2 trips a year. Mm-hmm. Now we're trying to get back to 2 trips a year, but the 2 trips a year is one for her birthday. Go to Destin. So
you're a dad.
But that's one place I tell people you got to experience the food, the music, the culture, everything. And you'll be highly surprised when people think of Cuban communists, all the bad stuff.
Right.
But it's not, it's the people are not that bad. They might have that, that stigma of communism, but everything else is actually very pleasant, and go out and see the world. That's what I tell people.
Whodat, I totally understand what you're saying, but I stayed with my family.
Yeah.
And it's a whole different world.
Oh, yeah.
It's a whole different world, and I don't want to get into it, but it's a whole different world.
No, I know it is, because like I said, when we took the tour, It wasn't just a tour of all the nice stuff.
Right.
When we took a driving tour, we saw a lot of difference, so you get to see a lot of stuff that you're like, they need, it's almost, I feel bad because they're so close to the United States. And
so close, right?
Yeah, and we have such a tie to, the Cuban people and the Cuban country that it's sad to see that. And then you go a little further. If we talk more about it, you go to Haiti, it's even worse. It's like, it's like these ties to these little countries that we have, it's kind of sad to see them like that, but that's why I chose to go on that trip, to spend my money there.
I think it's
and that's why I say if people have the opportunity to spend their money there, I would say go to there, don't go to Bahamas or Barbados or these countries that are these places that they get tons of money. Go there.
I'm just gonna say real quick, I went for 9 days, and when I got back, my wife thought I had PTSD. What is it?
Post-traumatic stress.
I was I think I did for about 2 weeks, man. It was an adjustment coming back because you don't get over that too fast. But anyway, I don't want to get bogged down on that, dude. That's a whole different world.
But this is the type of stuff we talk about on off air. So people always hear people say about off airs.
Exactly.
I was just on there with a few buddies of mine. Yeah, that's what we talk about, all types of stuff, and we might, we all got a connection with comics, but we might talk about 25% comics, right, out of the whole conversation.
When I don't know about you, Javi, but when I first got with the off air, I was like, oh snap, this is a whole different world back here, dude. And
that's when there's no red light blinking,
Yeah. And what's up to everybody in the chat? I'm like pointing like they can, like I'm sticking, they can see me, but you know, oh, they can't see me, but you know, what?
We got a lot of people in here, man.
Comics with Bueller jumped in here earlier. Also, Perry Comics is in here.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, but like I said, I have a big connection with Florida from a kid all the way to an adult, and I think I'm always gonna have a connection with Florida. So
we're close, man. We're real close.
Yeah, right there. We're right there. I mean, I always tell people it's like 4 hours to Destin.
Yeah, it's not. You're in Louisiana, NOLA, right?
Yeah, New Orleans. Yeah.
Javi, have you ever been there?
No, man, I have not.
Okay, I've been there twice. I got one question. Well, I got several questions. We're going to talk about comics probably at the other half of this show. But, okay, are you Cafe Du Monde beignets or are you Cafe Beignet?
Cafe Du Monde.
Yeah.
Cafe Du Monde all day.
Are you serious? Dude, I'm Cafe Beignet, dude. The one that's on Bourbon in the Jazz Park.
All right. You talking about the one across the street from the church?
I believe so. It's a little garden. It's a jazz garden, and they have a Cafe Beignet that they do jazz in the garden. It's right off of Conti and Burger Street. It's right on Burger Street, right in front of.
Is it the one that's open 24/7?
Yeah, bro. And they play jazz in there.
Well, it's actually Cafe Du Monde. That is actually Cafe Du Monde.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But they're different than the ones.
Are they green? Is it green and white there? Green?
No, it's not green and white. It's a brown. Their whole thing is like brown.
When was the last time you went there, Hialeah?
It's been like 2 years. It's still there because I looked it up. It's still there.
So it's not the same company, correct? It's not Cap.
Nah. Dude, I like those better than
I've actually probably haven't. Well, I shouldn't say I haven't tried them. I probably haven't. I don't remember because there's so much food places in Louisiana or New Orleans area that I always tell people you come really to enjoy yourself, the music, the drinking, and make sure you keep your bellies empty so you can try almost everything.
You know what? Do you eat like in the French Quarter a lot? Because I would think I would blow an artery if I eat there every day, dude.
And if you ever come back, you gotta let me know.
I am going back.
We're not. You're not gonna go in the expensive area. We're gonna take you to the good area.
You know what?
The local areas.
I love Acme. What is it? The
oyster place, yeah.
Oysters. And actually, my favorite bar is right there, right across the street where I'm telling you. It's called Aaron Rose.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it. It's a little hole in the wall, man. That bar is just amazing. They make poor boys in the back that are just and then Irish coffee, an iced Irish coffee. Oh my god!
Okay, you're making me hungry now.
Dude,
and look, it's gumbo season right now. I don't even know if you had some gumbo.
Crazy food. I freaking love it. Been there.
I'm a Cafe Du Monde person though, but I'm like the originator. They started it, and I'm gonna stay with them. Like and I always tell this is, and they have little secrets for Cafe Du Monde because people always go like, man, I'm not waiting in that line for some powdered bread. I said, well, we can go right to the Riverwalk. They have a Cafe Du Monde there. You just walk and get. I always tell a lot of people are like, I want the experience of the original place, and I'm like, okay, if you want to stand in that line, but I'm going to get the same thing down the street.
Over on the side too, because they got the pickup window, right?
Yep.
Pickup window works, man.
Yeah.
I bet you I can tell you what street you got your shoes on.
Yeah, that's that little trick they do.
Damn, bro, they got me once, bro. First time I went, they got me, bro. And I sure up paid up because I knew what was coming if I did it, bro.
But me, like when they've tried that a few times with me, and it's so funny because I always keep my straight face and say, I know where you got your shoes from. And I look at them and say, not a tourist, and I keep walking. They're like,
you want to know what that is? That's a straight up hustle that they do on the street, man. And it's crazy. And if you challenge it, dude, you're done. You're done. You can't say I bet you can't. If you say I bet you can't, you're out $20.
Yep. You might as well just get the money out.
All right.
That's a great place, man. That's a place that, cause I know there are a lot of people in Florida, and like Louisiana Florida connection, people don't realize it's so close. That's why I'm hoping that these new up and coming conventions that they've been having, it attracts people like, you know, Baltimore or New York or San Diego, because New Orleans is a perfect spot for conventions. People don't realize that everything is in walking distance. Once you get to the city park, you can walk everywhere. You don't need an Uber. You don't need a Lyft. You can actually walk. You might be tired if you're not in shape, but you can walk everywhere. So
it's I love it. Like I said, I've gone twice, and my wife goes to a convention. So I got the day off by myself, and that's all I do is just I walk around and just get to know everything. And then when she gets out of the convention, I take her to the spots that I like the best. So I absolutely love that city.
You got to visit it. The architecture, the food, the drinks. I mean, it's like one of the few cities in America that you can walk around with alcohol or beverage in your hand.
Right.
You know, and it's one of the few cities you can go to a bar. If you stay long enough, you'll eat breakfast at the bar.
Yeah, it's incredible, bro.
I want to go. It's one of the places.
But that's why I say the conventions. Hopefully, these conventions go up. They had Big Easy Con, wasn't the greatest, but they have a lot of potential. Because they had a lot of artists, a lot of writers.
Yeah.
They just need to work on some other things. But it's the first time. I'm saying if they stay with it, maybe in 3 to 4 years, I could see people come and migrate and say, man, we got to go to Big Easy Con and we can go have fun and look at comics and have fun.
You know what? I haven't even thought about going to a con there, but that would be freaking amazing.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And I can tell you the big one, a lot of people frown upon the company I'm about to say, but a big one that a lot of dealers come to. And I'm talking about dealers like Gregory's, Bob Dale, Harley Lee, David Adams, these a lot of dealers.
Right.
And that's just to name some of the big ones. Is Wizard World New Orleans like the first weekend in January. Everybody goes there because it's really the kickoff of con season and it's the first convention. And it's January and they don't expect it to be cold half of the time. Sometimes it is, sometimes not. They don't expect it to be cold in New Orleans, and it's kind of a slow time for them, so it's cheaper for them to do it, and they get a lot of business, but it's Wizard World, so a lot of people don't like Wizard World. So, but that's a great convention, and I always try to tell people to come to that one too.
I went in January, and it was cool, man. It was nice and chilly, but it wasn't out of control.
Not where you need a big jacket and a coat, and you're like,
you can't move. Yeah.
It's right before Mardi Gras, right? Well, Mardi Gras is when, like.
Well, Mardi Gras depends on the year. This year, Mardi Gras is February 25th or 4th or something like that. Sometime it could be in March or it can be in early February, but it's like at the end of February this year. That's my getaway time. So if anybody comes to New Orleans and be like, "Hey, Whodat, I'm coming to New Orleans on Mardi Gras," I'll be like, "Yeah, awesome. I'm not in the country.
I'm not there. I'm in my
country."
But I can't wait to go again. Javi, you have a question before I hit him with the comic book related stuff?
It could be anything. Okay.
Nah, I mean, I was gonna go into the comic book related stuff as well.
Start it off with the comics, man.
Yeah, what got you into comics? Like, when did you start collecting? And
I start collecting when I started getting my own money. So like it happened. Yeah. It happened. Yeah, it happened like when I was out of college. But I was reading stuff or, looking at stuff like that well beyond that. When I was probably like a little bit older than my daughter, I started getting into like Bart Simpson comics. Like they had the Bartman comic. And then they had, what else they had? I think later X-Men ones, because I do remember some later Uncanny stuff. But when I started collecting, I never was able to collect as a kid. Because it's like a kind of a long story, but it's like when I was growing up, I was an athlete. So I was more into sports.
Yeah.
So if people anything know about sports, it costs lots of money. So my parents weren't going to buy me books to read unless it was for school.
Right.
If I'm buying these tennis shoes, these basketball shorts, cleats, or whatever, because I was in like, to me, I would say one of the expensive sports you kind of can say, because baseball is not cheap. People don't realize that. People think, no, it's expensive. The cleats, if you want good cleats, you got to spend a lot of money, like $100. You got to get your own baseball bat because you don't like, it's like a superstition and you don't want to use other people's stuff. So that's the money that my parents use for. But I always used to go into the malls. You know, they have the bookstores. They going to do. My mom's going to do something. I said, I'm going over here. She already know where I'm at. I'm going right to the comic area. I'm reading.
So your interest was there.
Oh, it was always there, especially when I found out that stuff that I watched on TV was a comic. When I found out Simpsons had a comic, it was like game changers, and people don't realize Simpsons 30 years old. So people like thinking about the Simpsons. Like, no, it's 30 years old. It's 30 years old. Like Bart Simpson is older than me, technically.
Yeah, technically.
Right?
Huh?
I think it's the longest running show in history.
Yes. It's the longest running show. It beat, I think, a couple years ago or something. Yeah, it's the longest running show in history. But that's what got me into it. Then I started, when you start to get your own money, you can start buying stuff. So like, I would say maybe like 10 years ago, I started buying stuff, accumulating stuff. At first I was doing trades, you know, because it was easier to read. Yeah. And I'm still doing trades of stuff that I really want to read, which, you know, I got some stack of trades when I went to the convention. But, you know, I would say probably a little bit over 10 years ago, I started like really buying, collecting stuff, you know, besides just reading stuff.
How do you collect? I've seen some of your collection.
Yeah,
you're like the 15-time hunt champion, right?
No. Biggie Shack calls me the 5-time big boy book champion. I've only won the hunt one time. I've lost it many times. Put it like this: I won the hunt one time, and I don't even remember what I won it with because it wasn't that big of a book.
I know you lost with the big book.
I've lost with a few big books.
I've seen that. But what do you collect? I know you collect keys.
But this is I collect turtles, Ninja Turtles mainly. I'm
ongoing.
Well, not the ongoing. I'm actually doing volume 1.
Oh, okay.
Volume 1 of Ninja Turtles, which is
that black and white.
Difficult. Yeah, it's kind of difficult, not so difficult, but I am reading the current run, so I'm not. Oh, I guess you could say I'm collecting it, but I'm also reading it. Because the current run I started like at 90, and I've been going on because it's about to reach 100.
Right.
And I'm not gonna go back and get the individual issues. I'm gonna wait for nice hardcover trades and get those. But that's what I'm currently collecting as far as that. And then I collect Marvel. I'm more of a Marvel person. I do like certain DC. I like Green Lantern and characters, all the Green Lanterns and stuff like that. But I'm mainly DC. I'm not DC, mainly Marvel. And I kind of like first appearances, key issues of that nature. And my big goal is to get, I would say, the top tier Marvel first appearances, like AF-15s, Amazing Spider-Man 1, stuff like that.
X-Men 1.
That's my goal. Yeah, that's my goal. And I kind of progress really quickly, and then I'm slowing down and kind of like I'm gonna doing it more methodical of getting certain books that are keys that might be hot to get those other books that I really want to obtain.
Right. How many books do you have in your collection? How many flags?
Oh, I've got the whole little slab box.
Okay.
Full. Then I have, because you can't fit the magazines in there.
Oh, right.
So I got that full of slabs, plus you could say maybe 10 more slabs on top of that. So I don't have that many slabs.
You would have more. Right, yeah.
I'm very kind of trying to keep that focus on getting, because like if I get a book that I like but I don't want to keep, I'm very trying to move that book to the other book I want. Like I got some more recent stuff that I'm keeping, and that added to my slab collection, a couple of books. But I don't have that many slabs. Surprisingly, I have a lot of raw books, but a lot of raw books I have is from because I've been reading. Like I was reading Manifest Destiny. I literally started from issue 1 all the way to the current. I got that, and I had Injustice Gods Among Us.
I've read the first trade on Manifest Destiny. That's a whole Lewis and Clark kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what got me. I like history, and that's what kind of got me into it.
I never heard of that, but that's an awesome title for a book. Yeah,
and how you read it, it could be like a TV show. Yeah. It's perfect for a TV show.
Yeah, it could be a TV show for sure.
And then, but what kind of got me more heavily back into it, because I started getting back into it, but what got me really was the comic Chew with Rob Guillory, because he's from Louisiana, he's from Lafayette, Louisiana. He did the art, and now he's doing Farmhand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's what got me kind of like, when that really came out, I was like getting into going to the shop, buying this, like getting there. They're like, oh, I remember that book. Man, I was like, I remember the X-Men. I'm definitely going to get the first appearance of this person. So I've been kind of like all over the place collecting, but I've been more focused lately.
You like Image, some of the indies.
I like a lot of the Image stuff. I do like reading wise. And then currently I've been, and it's not just Image because the Turtles on IDW. So a lot of my reads actually are independent stuff. besides the X-Men that's coming out now,
Yeah. No, mine's too. I read a lot of Image, a lot of Boom. I think Boom is the one that's really making a move because they've come out with some great stories lately. I think they're making a move. But
Boom is good, yeah.
Boom is good, man. I think they're coming out with a new one tomorrow.
Did you continue your collection of Simpsons comics, or did you kind of just pick up a few and then?
See, and I pick up a few. I got the last issue that they made, like the last Simpson issue, and I did pick up the first issue. And this is way back when Legend was doing auctions.
Wow.
Legend did an auction of the Simpson one, Radioactive Man one. It was like a whole bunch of that original ones. And I picked those up quick. I was like, I'm bidding on this. I remember this as a kid. I'm bidding on this. So I got like all of those. Then I picked up.
Money? Do those go for money?
Depends on the person. Those are like, I would say like almost like Ninja Turtle books, but even though Ninja Turtle books are like more rare, but it's that niche person. Somebody has to really either grew up with it or like it, So they go for it. Depends on the person, but it's not like a $500 book. What I mean?
Right. I've seen the books, but I never looked into them.
I think a graded number 1 goes for like a couple $100 if it's a 9.8. But it's not unobtainable if somebody's looking for it, but. But I went back to my love was the Ninja Turtles. That's the one I wanted to collect. Yeah. And I was like, I had everything Ninja Turtles. I can tell you what stuff I had when I was a kid. I had Ninja Turtles curtains in my room when I was a kid. So I had that's why I kind of wanted to go that volume 1.
Yeah, I had Ninja Turtles PJs.
Yeah, so that was everything. So that's why I kind of focused on that. I didn't want to go too over because when you go too overboard, you can kind of lose focus on the things you really want. So that's why I stuck with that. Simpsons. I do want Simpsons. I do want the ones I have already, and I do want certain key ones for the Simpsons. But I'm not gonna try to get the whole run, even though I could probably get it for a couple $100.
It's funny how we always gravitate to our childhood favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
I do.
Yeah.
I did like Turtles and X-Men. I remember those TV shows. That's why I kind of like gravitated towards Ninja Turtles books and the Simpsons and the X-Men. That's why I kind of like been working on X-Men keys from not keys, but I want to do the run 94 through it's like 2 something. I forgot what number. I have it written down, but it's like 94 through a certain number.
Yeah.
Uncanny. Because that's kind of like, if you remember the TV show, it's kind of like goes together. It's not the same, but that's when I started watching the TV show, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Kind of the comic, around that same time frame.
Kind of mirrors it.
Yeah. Have you ever into the X-Men TV show too?
I love the X-Men TV show.
Can I tell you guys something? I'm a huge X-Men fan, but when that show came out, dude, I was busy getting married, having kids, and I think I've seen maybe 1 or 2 episodes, man. It just doesn't resonate with me because I've never gone back to see it. I was just I was just out of comics, and I was just too busy. I
haven't watched them again since I was a kid.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't revisited.
So Disney Plus is gonna be a plus.
Yeah, you already picked up your subscription.
I'm a Verizon customer, so I got it free for a year. So
heck yeah,
I'm gonna use that up for the year and watch all my X-Men. Everything I've used to watch, I'm gonna knock that out. My daughter's watching Toy Story 2 right now.
Hey, that's a great movie though.
Yesterday, on with last night. I was watching you.
I've only seen
last night you were on with some show last night.
Oh, with Jeffrey and Tony.
And didn't you bring up the movie Up?
Yes.
Oh, that's a great movie.
That is a good one. I've never seen it.
You've never seen it?
Well, my daughter's only 4. And I like a lot of those. I like the experience with her.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, I was like, "This is a really good movie. This is really good.
Excellent movie, man." The
start
of the movie is just it's classic.
And the guy had me cracking up. He was like, "Can I come in?" No.
Oh. Yeah. That movie's never talked about. I just adore that movie. Dude. I think that movie was great, man.
That's great.
But she's been watching all these movies that I remember when I was a little younger. But it's kind of cool watching it with her, having those experiences.
Cool. I got a question. And I really don't know, so I want to pick your brain. All right. From watching you, you're a big GPA analysis guy. I don't know what's the website.
GPA.
Yeah. What's the difference between GPA and the Go Collect? You prefer GPA?
Yeah, I prefer GPA. Reason being is because a lot of dealers I've dealt with use GPA.
Okay.
I haven't seen them use Go Collect. Not saying that they don't, but every time I've tried to, do book prices, they are on GPA, looking up the GPA prices, or that's how they get their pricing.
How do they compare in pricing?
I haven't done a comparison because I think Go Collect does CBCS as well, and I think they do other things than GPA. I think just does like maybe internet and not internet, eBay, and I think auction house. A couple of the auction house, they don't do everything, but Go Collect's supposed to do everything. That's their. I think they say. So that's the only reason I use it more so, just because a lot of the dealers I deal with use GPA. Now, when I see them more so going on or say, oh, Go Collect has it at this, or I see them, talking about Go Collect, then I'm going to transition more towards that. But as of right now, I don't use it as much.
You see that they use it. It's nothing against Go. I usually go Collect because I think it's just a lot easier to look it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not buying and selling it. Well, I'm buying, I'm not selling.
Yeah.
So I just Go Collect to get a general sense, and then I go on eBay, see what they sold for, see what people are asking, and that's how I gauge my prices. I just want to know the difference.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only reason why I use it. I mean, I would probably go towards more as Go Collect because they use everything, I think, and they do more than just CGC.
Mm-hmm.
Like GPA just says CGC.
Okay. What do you prefer CGC?
In my collection to keep, I prefer it CBCS or CGC.
Okay.
If I'm going to sell until they catch up, I would say CGC.
Got it.
This is a smart way to
go. So that's how. But for my collection, because I could show you a couple of big books, and you're like, it's CBCS. I got the better deal at that time, or I got the or wanted the book. It doesn't matter, but that doesn't matter as much as what company, because I know both companies are reputable.
Right. You're keeping it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep them until maybe I retire or something. You know what I mean? But I'll pass them down. But they're not books I'm getting rid of. If I was, it'd be CGC.
You sell a lot of books. Where do you prefer to sell your books?
I prefer to sell them to the comic community.
Yeah,
of course.
Cheaper, and people are like, well, when you think about it, it's like I'm making less money at the end of the day. But I would prefer to sell them to somebody else who really wants them and who I know is going to cherish them, just as much as I took that time to get them graded and stuff like that. So I would prefer to sell them to people that I'm talking to or people in the chat. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you have to go eBay. I hate to say it. It gets more people out there. And sometimes you're gonna well, not sometimes, all the time I've gotten more money than anything I've offered on an auction or anything. I've ended up getting, if I didn't sell it on the auction, I've ended up getting way more money on eBay.
Right.
And it is what it is, but I would prefer to give it to somebody here, than a name like Tom West Comics, that I can't interact with.
You put some books on IG and your prices are freaking phenomenal. I looked at some of the recent books. I'm not going to say what they were, but I was like, man, that's a great price.
They might be the ones that discovered they bought. Because he bought them quick when I put them on there.
You got your pricing, as far as on what I've seen, is wow.
I try to, and like, not saying that, who started it, but I try to do the same thing like DS Comics does and some other people. I'm not trying to get the high end. Like I got Eternals #2. I think the GPA is like $130 something. Mm-hmm. I know I can hold on to that book and wait for the trailer and it'll go up again. I can get more money. Yeah, and I don't have that much into it, so I just want to get what I had into it. It may be like shipping costs.
It's
a lot of times I'm not. Yeah, it's a 9.4. Yeah,
9.4. Yeah, that's a
lot of times. Sometimes I'm not doing, but sometimes I'll. That's why you have to hunt. I tell people you have to hunt. Look, you have to know how to grade. I learned how to grade from a couple different things, from looking at CGC cases, and from ETA Nick and a few other people. Yeah. So you need to learn how to grade, and then you get those things graded. If you can find like I got a book right here I can show you. Because I just put it on eBay. Like this first Kyle Rayner. They got the first, Kyle Rayner, Green Lantern.
Awesome book.
I looked at it, looked it over, made sure I didn't see any ticks, and I said, "This is 9698 candidate all day." So I got this book for like $6. It cost me $34 with the pressing from our guy, because it's supposed to be $10 for. Actually, it was $9 because I got it on sale pressing. But let's say $10 to make it easy. So it's $34 plus the $6, so it's $40. That's how much I got into this book.
And how much did it go for?
Over 100.
Nice.
Over 100. But I'm thinking, I think I saw them on eBay for 125, something like that. Mm-hmm. But since I've only spent $40, guess what? Somebody else can sell it for 125, but I'll take 100.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. And you're gonna spend it at that price. It's like it's sitting there.
So
right, it's gonna move.
It depends what you're in for it.
Yeah, and that's why I try to look what I'm in for and then do the math, because I'm all about math and numbers. I like math and numbers. And
yeah, try to see what's the best profit you can make, or the best. I spend this on this book, but
because I can tell you, like a lot of books I've gotten, I haven't used any of my personal money to buy a book in the last 3 or 4 years.
Dude, that's amazing. That's awesome.
It's always been comic book money.
Movie money.
Moving books.
Appreciates that.
Oh, I hope. I think kind of does, because if not, I wouldn't be in the house.
Yeah, bro. That's the way to do it, dude. Especially, I gotta learn that trick.
I mean, and the shout out people in the chat. Yeah, people selling books and stuff like that, and they're selling the books raw to try to get other stuff as well. And not to say anything wrong, but like I bought a book from Comic K at 84. Bought the 2 Daredevil books, and one was the first appearance of Elektra. I think he said it was like an 8, and when they showed it over and what he said what was wrong with it, I said that's better than 8. But I know he needed to move it to go to, I think, Baltimore. I think he was going to so I took the chance on it, and it came back a 9.4.
No way. That is
It came back he knows that. It came back a 9.4, and I think I spent $60 on both of the books. Like I got the first Elektra and Frank Miller's first start in Daredevil. I think it was $60.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, that's a great book.
And I sold that for $255.
Oh my goodness!
Plus some extras I threw in.
Dude, a 9.4.
Yeah, it was a 9.4.
A good book.
And that's a sleeper book, to let people know.
Yeah.
Because people like look at that book, they don't need, but if you can find it, if it looks immaculate, like 9.8 material, buy it, grade it. I think the GPA was $1,000 for it.
Wow.
At a 9.8. Because of the black cover, the dark cover.
Yeah, it's a dark cover.
Yeah, so it's hard to get a 9.8. But if you can find one and get one,
bro, but you had a 9.4. I don't know. You said you sold it, right?
Yeah, I sold it. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. I have another one at CGC right now that I think might be. It's going to be lower because it didn't look as good as Comic Head one. But my presser has been great for me, so hopefully it comes back a 9 or better. But
you have your own guy that presses them?
I use a guy that I've been using for a few years now.
Oh, that's what
he's fully insured. He's pretty quick with everything. He's real reasonable. Yeah. I've been getting when he does sales, because he did a fall sale. He's done a Black Friday sale, so he's just it's not that he's not busy, because he's more reasonable, and it's only $10 for like a modern book, I guess 1975 and to present. It's $10, and I think it's $15 for anything older, and I think $18 for a magazine. So I think he's more reasonable. I think he's real reasonable.
Do you get all your books pressed?
Lately, I have been. I used to, not always. So I got a lot of personal books that I'm keeping that I didn't get pressed.
Yeah.
That a lot of them, like, I look at them like, I wonder if I would have pressed this. Because like my giant size X-Men is a 9.2.
Nice.
But it's in the older label, and I'm like, I wonder if I pressed. I don't think it'd be a 9.8. I don't think it'd be a 9.8, but I think it could have probably been a 9.4 easily.
Yeah. That should be a nice bump too, right?
Huh?
The price bump should be nice from 9.2 to 9.4. Well over.
It's like $1,000 price.
Is it really?
It's 36. I see certain books I look at all the time. That's why I said GPA is kind of. I always look at it. Yeah. Last time I looked at it, it was 3,600 for 9.2, and I think 45 for a 9.4.
That's worth it, dude.
Wow.
Worth it to do it.
Yeah, but it's still taking a gamble.
Yeah,
because it could come back a 9.0.
Yeah, you're right.
Then he lost about $700. So like I kind of like at that point, if I'm not looking to sell it, if I'm keeping it, I'm not going to touch it. Not going to worry about it.
It's already.
I'll get them recased, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Have you done that? The recasing? Have you done that?
No, but I need to, and I was going to do it at the convention I had, but they didn't come. Like CGC hasn't come to Louisiana in a couple of years.
Really?
And I like to hand those books off to them personally, like, because the books that get in recase are like the giant size X-Men or my Turtles #1. I don't want to send that in the mail. I don't. Yeah. I really don't.
I can see your point on that, and they haven't shown up.
Yeah, the last couple of years they haven't. They were supposed to come at this convention, but the convention moved the dates, so CGC couldn't accommodate. It's not their fault.
Yeah.
So it was the convention's fault, So
Do you get a lot of books on New Comic Book Day?
I'm getting like the X-Men, all of the X-Men. Because I like the Powers and House of X.
Yeah.
So what I did was what I did with those is I said I'm gonna get the first arc of each one, maybe first 5 or 6 or maybe even 10.
Yeah.
And then decide which ones I want to stick with. Because I don't even know how long there are, but I was going to get at least the first 5 and see which ones I like the most, and then stick with 3 because it's too many of them.
Have you been digging any of them lately? Like, which ones have you been digging more than the others?
X-Force.
Mm-hmm.
X-Force. I like the X-Men run as well, and I'm leaning more towards Marauders. For the my 3, I'm gonna probably keep, which is surprising because X-Force wasn't on my radar to keep.
Oh,
I was thinking it was gonna be like Marauders and Excalibur.
I think I'm only sticking with the main title, and to tell you the truth, I love the Powers of X, House of X, but I haven't been wowed with the first 2 issues, man. So I don't know. I might be going the route of going back to indies, reading a lot of indies again, because that's what I've been reading.
What I liked about X-Force, that it doesn't really tie in as much, if that makes any sense. So you might want to try X-Force. I don't know if you read that one, but because at first I was kind of skeptical about getting it, but my buddy, shout out to Kyle Walker from New Zealand, he's a big X-Men guy.
Nice.
He told me to check out X-Force, and he said it's really not tied in, and it's like its own kind of story. And he said it's like kind of perfect for somebody who actually didn't read Powers and House of X. That's what he said, and I was all right.
I used to be a huge X-Force fan. I loved X-Force, Uncanny X-Force.
But I know I'm gonna go down from those. I don't know if I'm gonna keep 3, but I'm gonna go down. But I am doing the Turtles, the current Turtles, Ninja Turtles. And I'm reading, Shredder in Hell. I think I don't know if it wrapped up or they're going to keep it going or what, but.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was a mini. I think
it was a mini, but it depends on how popular, that stuff is.
Yeah.
If it's popular, they're going to keep it going. But it's supposed to be, I thought it was supposed to be a mini 4 issues, but, when it went to 5, I think. But the problem with that book is it's like farmhand is written and art done by the same person.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes a long time because 5 took what, like a month? It took a while.
Yeah, but he does a really good job. It's such a unique book.
The interior art is for that book is amazing because the guys who does the cover art is doing the interior and writing it.
Yeah.
So like those are like my current reads. I'm trying to think if I got anything besides farmhand. I'm doing the trades on farmhand though.
Yeah.
Because I talked to Rob Giller. I should have did an interview. It was so funny. I could have did an interview with a whole bunch of artists and stuff at this convention because it was so empty. If y'all seen in my video how empty it was, I could have did all kind of interviews easy.
Right.
But what I talked to Rob about, which was almost like an interview, so once I asked him about it, he said how he's doing the book. He's doing a few issues at a time, then releasing a trade. So he had the first 5, and I think he did a trade. Then he had this, next 5, and he did a trade. That's how he's doing it. He said he would love to do a comic. He said that it's straight to a trade. That's what he said he would love to do. He said because that's what people kind of more. He said he noticed people like that more, that he can read it all at once.
Yeah, man. I read several books like that. When I got into the comic, it was just like what you said, trades. It's just binge. I love it.
Yeah, you just read through it all. Take the Time Collectibles. He's saying one more issue of Shredder and Hell coming out. And he's also asking how much of the original Turtle series do you still need to complete your run?
Let's look in the trusty my black book.
Old school.
And it's my black book that I kept for like auction people winnings and my Turtles run.
Yeah, your comic.
So it's kind of funny that it's a black book, but it has no phone numbers in it. It has numbers, but no phone numbers. But this is if you people can kind of see it, but that's I have issues 6, 12, 13, and 14. 18, 24, and then I got a whole stretch of this. This was kind of crazy. 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, and 49. And that is it for volume 1. I forgot what it goes up to number 5 for volume 1. I found a 53, which a lot of people don't understand what 53 is, a rare one. It's the first, I think is that one's the first appearance of Shredder's daughter. And it's one of those kind of like his later issue. It's harder to find in good condition, and it's pricey regardless of what condition. Because I bought mine for a couple dollars because I got it from a guy that lives about an hour away from me. He has a shop. And but online, I think it's $25 or $50. I can't remember. I know it was expensive, and I was like, I'm not buying it. And the other book out of that whole run that I'm looking for is one of the rarest ones out of all of those books is the number 3, but it's a New York Comic Con variant. And the reason why it's a variant is because the ink kind of was different on it. Like some of the letters were white instead of blue. That's like even rarer than the first print of number 1. Not as expensive as number 1, but it's rare.
Does that come up often on eBay?
Yeah, I think they have one on eBay right now.
Really?
Wow.
I think they have one, and it's $1,700 that I don't want to spend that much for a number 3. Just
Yeah.
I mean, they have them out there, but people don't tend to get rid of their Turtles books. If they collect them, they don't get rid of them.
Right.
Javi, who was it that lived down here? Was it Eastman that would always go to Tate's? Wasn't it?
I think it was Laird.
It was Laird?
I'm not sure though.
No, Laird lives up north now.
I think one of them lived down here and was always going and doing signings at Tate's or something. I think it was one not too long ago. That's what I heard.
No, yeah. Eastman did a Batman cover for Tate's.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, yeah.
Signings every once in a while, right?
Yeah. It was Eastman.
Wow.
Yeah, Eastman goes everywhere. If you got about $5,000 and pay first class ticket flights for him and his wife, Eastman will come to your local comic book shop and do a signing.
I think he actually lived down here. I think that's what I heard. I don't know. Don't quote me, but I've heard that, so I don't know. But I know he went to a local shop down here a few times, which is kind of weird.
It's going to take the concepts. You collect them in a specific grade. No, not really. Only ones I was collecting. PC. Yeah. The only ones I was collecting in a certain grade, like 1 through 5. And it really wasn't a certain grade. I just wanted them to look nice. So, nice.
In a great grade.
Yeah.
Your one is not. Your one is very impressive. It's a great grade, man.
Yeah. I don't have those with me. Those are actually locked up in the.
Good.
Yeah. But I do have the reprints, which is I have number 1 in a 3rd print.
Okay.
And I have number 2 actually in a 1st print that I found at a local comic book shop for $20. And I have 3 and 4 too. I found in I think a local shop as well. So it's kind of funny.
You guys got a lot of shops?
They have 3 shops.
I've been to one.
2 that I really like, and one's an hour away, and the other one's like 30 minutes away. But it's not that many actually, really, if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's only like 2 main shops in the city of New Orleans, and both of them okay. One's better than the other, but the one that's really good, that's in Slidell. That's an hour away from me. He has a lot of back issues. He has stuff that sometimes he don't even know he has.
It's worth the trip every once in a while.
Yeah, it's worth the trip. Like if somebody came to New Orleans and like they had a few days that they were staying here, I'd be like, all right, well, we're gonna take a drive to this shop that's an hour away. You're gonna like it.
Next time I go, I'm gonna hit you up to that shop because I've been to one shop and I actually got some good books.
It's probably Crescent City. Was it Crescent City?
Crescent City. That's it. I went
awesome.
That's a nice shop, man.
It's actually a pretty good shop. You get some decent back issues. They have a lot of new books as well. But the other shop that I'm talking about,
blows it away.
You would be like, it's almost like a honey hole, but it's too far away from a honey hole for me. So I don't mind sharing it because it's an hour drive.
Right.
So it's like I can't be like I can't tell, you know. So if you come down, we're gonna go to it. You're gonna be like, man, I'm gonna have to make a trip to like Louisiana once a year to go to the shop.
Dude, I'm impressed with Crescent City, man. It's a very nice shop. It's a very nice shop, man. I picked up some good prices.
I think it's on one of my videos. I bought like 33 or 34 books. They're all books. And I got a few of them graded, a few of them on selling. But I ended up getting those books total when you did the price breakdown. It was $3.30 a piece.
Nice.
And I think I know for a fact I sold a couple of them for over $200. So when I got them graded, so that's the type of deals he gives you at that shop too. If you're buying in bulk, he's going to give you a great deal. If you're trying to buy 1 or 2 books, then he's going to be like, "Why are you trying to just get these 1 or 2 books? Let me look. What are they selling this for on eBay?"
Yeah.
I gotta make a trip down there again.
I mean, that shop. That's why I got the Green Lantern.
Oh, really?
Okay,
Hey,
I'm coming.
we're at an hour, guys. So that's usually how long we have.
Yeah.
Any
we
more
usually
questions? I can answer really quick.
we usually.
Or do you want to see a couple books before we go?
That's how we usually close off.
All right, I'll grab the ones that I have, mommy.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
What were you gonna say? Were you gonna have any questions? Any more questions?
No, dude, I got the questions I wanted.
Man, I need to go to New Orleans, and now I need to get some food because you guys got me hungry talking about all this food.
It is the food is freaking amazing, bro.
I think I'm gonna book my ticket.
Dude, the food is amazing. And just the street performance.
Oh, I'm a jazz head, man. So
amazing time.
That's awesome. Thank you everybody for hanging out also in the chat.
The bars and the jazz, dude, it's a great city, man.
This is another book that I got from that shop. On that stack of books that was $3.33.
The first series.
Your first
awesome.
series, and
page is nice.
This book, I was actually, some people who know me, I was looking for this book, and I said, I'm gonna find it in a shop somewhere, and he had it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to get it great because it looks so clean. And it came back at $98. I was ecstatic. So
that's awesome.
This book, it was like over $200 at one point, but I'm not selling it. I'm not selling it. What'd you say?
Get it to the next movie that comes out.
Oh, the next, it's probably jump up again. Yeah.
No, Dad, you did give me a bottle.
Okay, I'll get you a bottle.
No.
Go sit down. I'll get you one. I'm almost done. So in this book, this is the book, so some people like, I don't really show off my collection as much in some of these books. So, but this is the book that I got in the deal with the Turtles #1. A lot of people say, I can't believe you got rid of an AF-15. I got a Turtles #1 first print, and I picked up this book.
Oh man.
So Journey to Mystery, 83, first Thor. I could have just got the Turtles, but I was trying to bundle and get the best deal I can get. I literally got this for, I think, $1,000 less than they wanted.
Wow.
But like I said, I used the cash from my AF-15 and traded 2 books away. So I didn't use any of my money and got the Turtles one in this book. So I think I did okay. Every time I talk to people about it, they say, "Oh yeah, you did. I think you did better."
The Turtles one is like your book,
Yeah, that's my personal grail, but it's actually a real grail. Like but in AF-15, you'll see those at every convention. You won't see a Turtles one that much.
Right. It's a rare book.
Right.
Yeah.
And this book, like, I'm also collecting not just for me, but for my daughter, because a lot of stuff I want her to relate to. Mm-hmm. So, one of the first, big black superheroes was Black Panther. So
8.5.
I picked this up. It looked worse than this because it had writing on the back.
Oh wow.
It was all kind of jacked up, but it came back the same grade as an 8.5. But the page quality was better. It was only off-white pages, now it's off-white to white pages. But I'm happy with it. I got it right before it kind of went crazy, like literally right before it went crazy. So, it's a book like those two first, not the first, Shuri and the Black Panther. It's like books I want to pass on to her. As far as you don't see a lot of people don't realize you don't have a lot of superheroes that look like you or you can relate to, and it's something that she can kind of look towards too. But that's why I picked up this book at Comic Link, and I've been wanting the 9.0 of this book or better, and I showed it off. I think
last night.
Yeah, I showed it off last night. So I got this finally. I had it at an 8.0 before, but I wasn't, happy with the 8.0.
Bro, that's a beautiful copy.
I sold it at the height, and I said, I'm going to get this book back eventually. And
that's a hard book to get, too, in high grade.
Yeah, and a lot of people saying I probably should crack it, probably, because it's an older, not the Gen 2 labels, but, it's those books. This book is so hard and very sensitive. Only thing I would do with this is get it re-slabbed. 9.0 in that book is crazy.
That is crazy.
And I got a couple more.
This is my daddy, and I got him.
This is the Turtles.
Yeah,
you can help me. You want to hold it? This is the Turtles from Jenica.
I can hold
Okay.
I can hold
first turning into a turtle. It was only 500 copies of this, and I thought this was a great book to have if I'm going to be a turtle collector. I got to get the book.
It's a variant, right? It's like, what did you say, 1 in 500?
Yeah, 1 in 500 from Comics and Ponies edition. That's what it's the name of it. It's a Jenica becomes Ninja Turtle, and it's a Virgin, variant cover. That's a pretty cool back cover as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so, but
you get that slabbed or it was already slabbed?
It was already slabbed. I've been watching them on eBay, watching them, and like people say, eventually you'll see one in for a lot cheaper. Yeah, and that's what I did. I bid it on it, and I got it for about, I'm gonna say maybe $40 or $50 under than what it was going for.
Perfect.
But I was happy with it because I wanted it. Now, if I'd have waited maybe one more week because I saw another one go for like $20 less than I got mine, I was kind of upset, but I was like, oh, that's okay.
Oh, dude, that's all right. Dude, you got to jump when the time comes because you know what? Like you say, there are deals, man. You just got to look.
Yeah, wait. And you seem like a patient guy. Yeah, like
I tried, and that's one of my videos I did when I taught people. I was like, focus, stay patient of how to get your grail. And another portion of getting your grail is getting smaller keys to get other books. And some people are like, man, when I get a book I don't want to get rid of. And I always pose that question to them. I says, all right, and I always ask somebody, what's your favorite character? And they'd be like, Juggernaut. I said, would you rather have this Turtles book, or would you like to put that towards a first appearance of Juggernaut? They'd be like, the first appearance of Juggernaut. Like, it makes
it doesn't. You got to get to that point because we all are hoarders.
And I'll show this last book. Give me a second, okay?
Oh, wow.
Now that's what I was talking about. I don't care about what company it is.
Awesome.
It all depends on what because the X-Men mean a lot to me as far as like the Ninja Turtles is, the TV show and all that. So when I got lucky enough to get this book, I wasn't quick to be like, oh, I need to get it to CGC or I need to do a cross because I could have did the cross grading what they were doing it for the free one, when they had that big deal when they said if it drops down a point, it's going to be free. No, give me a second. I'll give you a second. Okay, give me a second. But I could have did that cross grading for free, but I chose not to. Even though it would have been free if it had dropped a point, but I'm happy with the 4.5. I'm happy with the case. It looks good.
It presents awesome.
That's a beautiful book.
Yeah, even in that label, I think it looks actually pretty nice in that label in that case.
Yeah, it looks.
I dig it.
It looks nice. I think it looks real clear. You can kind of see the glare. I got them all in those Mylar stuff.
The red's on point and the green in the upper left, where that's green. Yo, that's a beautiful copy.
Yeah. Only thing is, it's not as white as some people like it. But besides that, all the other colors pop on it.
Pop.
Yeah. And it's hard to get this book in off-white to white pages. Trust me.
Wow. You got some.
All right. Good job. Tell them thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for letting Dad come on with us, spend some time with us, getting to know Dad.
So you're very welcome.
You're very welcome. And click on my style and give me very
and tell them, say, give these guys a big thumbs up and subscribe to their channel.
Yep, and give me American.
No, nobody wants to give you no American Girl.
Yeah, give me American Girl, please. $5.
Going back and forth, but I'm so happy you came on with us, man. It was really nice getting to know you, and spending some time with you, man.
Oh no, man, it's awesome. I kind of like doing these things, talking to people, get to know people and all that stuff. But and like I said, I don't show off my books as much because I'm always afraid, and I always afraid of people being, getting a little hate or jealousy or whatever you want to say. Mm-hmm. But I try to tell people, it's like, I don't try to show off. I try to show off to kind of tell you these things are possible of getting those books.
Right. Almost like an inspiration.
Yeah, it depends on how you want to do it. There's different ways.
He put on next show. How you do it?
There you go.
I'll
put it next show later. Can you go sit down for me? So I can finish.
Like you saying the haters, and there are haters, but the people that are like in this community, dude, I see you show those books and I get happy for you, bro. Somebody got a big book last night, 84 got that giant size, dude. I was
I was happy for him because then he said, I know you got a 9.8. And I was like, you know what? Oh, just for him saying that, I'm gonna show him what I do have. I don't have a 9.8.
But dude,
I only got a 9.2.
That is sweet.
And to get this 9.2, all right, I had a 9.0 CBCS label. The price kind of jumped for the 9.0s. The price got higher than the 9.2.
Wow.
At one point, it was really quickly. What some people like to call waffle, I moved that book and bought this one with the cash from a guy who I think he's a dealer out of Seattle area, I think. Not 100% sure exactly where, because he travels a lot and he does a lot of things on Instagram. But I bought that from him with the 9.0 money. So I didn't, like I said, I don't. I'm at a point where I'm not using a dime of my family's money. That's what I really. I'm not going to use a dime of my family's money to buy stuff like this.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, I haven't heard somebody say that. Sell a higher way to sell a lower one.
Yeah, sell a lower grade book.
I've never heard that one before.
But then it happened. I want to say it happened last year, and I forgot the moment of time when it happened. But the 9.0 spiked,
right?
And I said, man, before I sold it though, before I moved that book, I messaged a guy who I knew who has a ton of big keys. I messaged and I said, hey, do you have a giant size X-Men and a 9.2 or better? And he goes, oh, matter of fact, I was thinking about getting this one pressed and regraded, but if you want it, I have it at this price. Then he gave me a price that was even better than the GPA.
Wow.
I think the GPA was $3,000. I think he sold it for me at $2,900, something like that, or $2,800. It was something. It was under. It was a couple $100 under. And I said, sold. Just give me a week, and I bought it, and that's the history of that book. So
that's awesome, man.
And you used the same book to get it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Hey, that's such a crazy, inspiring story, man.
But that's what I tell you. Like,
comic collectors.
Everybody can do it. It's just you don't have to do it you don't have to do it quick. A lot of these books I didn't get quickly.
Yeah.
I've been getting collecting the big books, I want to say, before my daughter was here, so over 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
and I've just been upgrading, moving the money. Like I said, I had a Heroes for Hire 1 8.0, got an 8.5, got out of it when the prices spiked, and then when the prices kind of dulled down.
It's a marathon.
Yeah. And I don't think anybody here is like AARP age.
Not yet.
Like I mean, and I'm talking about 65. I'm not talking about 55.
I think I got 5 years for that.
Yeah, I'm not talking about 55. I'm talking about 65.
Yeah,
I'm talking about 65.
I got
The reason
5
why I say that because I think you can't touch. No, well, I should say you can't really touch your retirement until you're like 60.
Yeah, so I got a ways to go. Thank God.
But so it's possible. It's just and I always root for people to do good.
It annoys me, dude, when I see somebody get a book that means something to them, or a cool AOK or something, and it's just. I think the majority of people appreciate it and sharing the joy when that happens, dude.
Yeah, and sometimes I don't share as much as I would love to, just because like you said.
I know. I feel it too. I got into YouTube just to share my collection because I had nobody to share with.
Yeah,
I really don't show too many books.
Hey, but you're doing this show, man, which is great.
Because the people are like you can ask the great legend is because a lot of times I'll show a book, and then he'd be like, "Man, I didn't know you. Why you didn't tell me you had that book?" Like, because I don't even tell a lot of my close friends.
Yeah.
That I talk to on here, and I don't even tell them. And sometimes they find out when they have like a contest or something going on. But it's unless it's the off air, I really don't do it as much.
I was hanging out with Chad 90MF Comics, and I think I put something on Instagram, a book today, and he goes, "When did you get that?" Because he was with me when I put it. He goes, "When did you get that?" I go, "Oh, like a month ago." I forgot to tell you, I totally understand. All right, guys, we're over an hour. I think.
Yeah, thank you so much, Whodat. It was awesome just getting to know you, man.
This was awesome. Please thank your daughter and your wife for us.
I will.
Staring at you?
No, she's in the other room, but
my daughter in the chat. Javi, thank you.
Of course, man.
This is always. But I would say thank both of you guys for having me. This has been fun. Like I said, I always like doing this. I like talking to people all the time, and it's kind of fun to have that connection with people because the world's small.
Yeah,
you'll run into people. You'll be surprised. I mean, I went to a convention one time, and the guy said he was looking at me, and I was like, "Can I help you?" He said, "Do you do YouTube videos?" I said, "Yeah." "Oh man, I watched some of your videos."
Awesome.
So I didn't know what to say, so I was like, "Okay." Like faded. I kind of faded into the sunset, and then then later I was like, "Man, I got recognized."
It's good, man.
And then it hit you, man. Yeah.
Feeling. But thank you guys. I had a lot of fun, man. I had a lot of fun, man, and I think it's very cool what y'all doing here, and definitely everybody should check it out. And definitely, like my daughter said, thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot, bro. I appreciate you. Chat, everybody. Good night. See you guys next week when we have another member of the community with us and we get to know them a little bit. Whodat, man, much love. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Be good, everybody.
Have a great night.